let's see. First of all, I need a drink, if you don't mind. Here we go. Glug, 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 glug. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. And let's see what's in the box today. You ready? I wonder. Let's see what's in the box. I do like this part. My favourite part of the day. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, it's this one! Oh, you're going to like this one. Look at this. 3 superheroes. Who have we got here? Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Superman, Superman, Batman, Batman. 3 superheroes. Well, who at the moment is wearing their superhero outfit? Huh? Come on, there must be one of you. One of you must be wearing some, let's see, some Batman leggings with a Spider-Man top and an Iron Man cape. Duh. Stupid. Don't you know anything? Iron Man doesn't wear a cape. Anyone dressed as a superhero now? I would like to know, honestly. Superheroes are pretty cool, aren't they? They are pretty cool. Now, a couple of things before I start the story. First of all, I said at some point last week that this was going to be almost like part 2 of the Golden Goose. Do you remember that? Well, this isn't necessarily part 2 of the Golden Goose. There's no Golden Goose mentioned in this story. But the second part of Golden Goose has got superheroes who are so similar to the superheroes in this one, I thought I would tell this one instead. And this one is called The Tall One, The Broad One, and The Sharp-Eyed One. Oh, and because it's quite a curious tale, I think I'm going to wear my hat of curiosity. Now, the hat of curiosity, as you probably realise, is not the same thing as the wonky hat. Okay, this is the hat of curiosity. This is the one that makes you go, I wonder what this story is going to be all about. Well, like I said yesterday, this is an adventure story, but it's also a love story. That's what Mild Beryl says, and whatever Mild Beryl says is true. It goes. So, some of you hopefully are wearing your superhero outfits right now, even if you're just a dad wearing the leggings, the top, and the cape. That would be nice to know. And I also asked some of you if you could think of any good superhero powers that you would like to have. And I've had quite a few good suggestions. If I look on the old iPad here again, let's have a look. Oh, let's get rid of that bit off the iPad. I hope you don't do that to your iPad. That would be shocking. Oh, I've got to turn it this way. Sophie, yeah? Sophie Homed, hello Sophie Homed, says it would be great to be able to play the flute and control people's minds. Spooky. Let's see. Jack Hughes wants to be able to turn into a T-Rex. Who wouldn't, I say? Who wouldn't? Sharon's son Nathan says he would like to be able to teleport anywhere just by saying the word banana. Hang on. Banana. Oh, look at that. I'm in Japan. Banana. I'm back here. Oh, that's a good skill to have. Edith and Runa. Yes, Edith and Runa, watching from Germany, would like to create a whirlwind girl who can stop baddies whoosh, by going into a whirlwind and tidy up her bedroom. Just like that. Amazing. And they've come up with String Boy as well, who can produce string, just like that, whoosh, to make anything they need, like a shopping net. Pretty good skill, I would say. Leanne Howard's daughter, Sophia, wants to have the ability to talk telepathically with any animal. Who wouldn't want that? I would love to be able to talk to any animal. And Ivy has come up with the unusual cucumber, who can actually jump off the sofa. Now, a lot of you people might be saying, but that's not a superhero, that's not a super skill. What I would say is, how many of you have ever seen the unusual cucumber jump off a sofa? So well done, Ivy. And of course, from some time ago, Elsie told us about Rocky the Red Panda, who's the fastest panda in the world. This panda, it can just run around the world. And we had another suggestion, which I would say is not impossible. Lorna Parker came up with the ability to provide food that everyone likes and eats. Well, my friend Lorna, if you watch one of the stories next week, you'll find out about a tablecloth which can do exactly that. Now, we've seen what's in the box. I'm going to have one more sip of water, if you don't mind. And I shall start the story. Ivan, Prince Ivan, was fed up. He was fed up, but he was also jealous of his friends. You see, Ivan's friends could do whatever they wanted to. They could go wherever they wanted to, they could dress however they wanted to, and they could see whomever they wanted to. Whomever. I did put the M in there. Yeah, because they weren't royalty. They were free. And Ivan, wherever Ivan went, Prince Ivan, he had to go around with courtiers and servants and advisors and knights and bodyguards and things like that. And he was always followed by this little group of people called the paparazzi. Now, even in those days, before newspapers were invented, there were the paparazzi. They'd be saying, "Oh, Prince Ivan, tell me, what's your favourite colour, Prince Ivan? Prince Ivan, what horse are you going to be riding at the Derby? Prince Ivan, when are you going to become king?" He hated these sorts of questions. His friends never got these sorts of questions. And what's worse is his friends all had girlfriends. Ooh, girlfriends. Yeah, and he really wanted to have a girlfriend. But he knew, how could he ever talk to any girl? Because there would always be the paparazzi and the servants and the courtiers and the knights and the bodyguards following him around. He would get too embarrassed. It's enough to put anyone off. Well, I know this makes him sound like a bit of a spoilt schoolboy. And I suppose, being part of the royal family, he would have to be slightly spoilt, wouldn't he? But you've got to have a bit of sympathy for him. He wants to be like his friends. Most of all, though, he wanted to find... Put your hands on your hearts here, please. Take a deep breath and sigh. He wanted to find love. So one day, he walked into the room where his father sat, which was normally on a throne, and he said, Father! I want to fall in love. Really? Well, where do I start? What's I do? I really don't know how to advise you. I wish your mother was here. Where's your mother? Where's your mother? Come back, mother. Oh, goodness me. You want to find love? Well, here's a key. Oh, what do I do with this key, Papa? Yes. Well, the key. Walk along the longest corridor in the castle to the tower, the tallest tower, and go up the windiest staircase in the tallest tower at the end of the longest corridor, and at the end of the windiest tower in the windiest staircase, in the tallest tower, you'll find the weirdest door. And behind the weirdest door, you'll find the strangest room. It's a 12-sided room. Oh, do you mean a dodecagon? Oh, I'm pleased those maths lessons are paying off, Ivan. Well done. That's a bit patronising, isn't it, Father? They both have the same voice, both father and son. Yeah. Why? What's in this dodecagon room? Said Ivan. Well, I was about to tell you, but you jumped in. Being a smart Alec, talking about 12-sided rooms and all that. In that room are statues of 12 princesses. Yeah, 12 princesses from around the world. Why don't you have a look at these 12 princesses, and if you like the look of any one of those 12 princesses, we'll arrange a meeting. Well, at that, he was straight out the door. But whatever you do, don't look at the one under the tablecloth in the corner of the room, the furthest corner. Oh, well, hopefully he heard that. Well, Prince Ivan ran as fast as he could along the longest corridor, and he went into the tallest tower, up the windiest staircase, found the weirdest door, into the strangest room, the 12-sided room, the dodecagon. Yeah, dodecagon. Hard to say that. Don't say it quickly. Dodecagon. Good. And in that room, wow, were 12 statues, except one was covered in tablecloth. 11 statues of beautiful, beautiful princesses. He went round each one looking at them. Oh, she's pretty. Princess Zahir of Ifrahan. Oh, she's pretty. Princess Ramedi of Uzbekistan. Oh, she's pretty. They were all pretty, but none of them went to him at all. So he went round the 11 princesses, sighing, thinking, oh, I'm sure one day I'll find love. But then he came to the 12th one, the 12th statue with a tablecloth over it, and he just pulled it away and... Oh, my goodness me! Heart-shaped butterflies flew around the room. He was in love. Hands on your heart again, take a deep breath and sigh. Oh! And at the bottom of that statue, it said, Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina. That's the one I wish to marry. He went out of the strangest room, he closed the weirdest door, he went down the windiest staircase in the tallest tower, ran along the longest corridor, back to his father. Father, father, father! I've decided, I know which one I want to marry. Yes, which one? Said his father, crossing his fingers, hoping it wasn't going to be Princess Lemon Pip. Which one? Do you like the look of? Well, father, I really like the look of. Yes. I really like the look of. Yes. I really like the look of. If you could stop saying yes, I'll tell you, father. Yes, go on then. I really like the look of Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina. Oh no, thought his father. What's so wrong about that? Well, for one, we don't know where Clementina is. And for two, Princess Lemon Pip has been made captive by none other than Bash Shalik, the Iron Sorcerer. Da da da! Papa, why do you keep making that noise every now and then? I don't know, it just helps. Da da da! But Papa, who's Bash Shalik, the Iron Sorcerer? Oh, he's a terrible, terrible man. A terrible, terrible man. He lives so far, far away. He lives in the Iron Fortress, and he has got Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina, his captive. You would have to go and rescue her from Bash Shalik. Oh, yippee, said Prince Ivan. Yippee! That means I can go on a quest. I've always wanted to go on a quest. Now, what do I have to do for a quest? What do I have to do? I have to dress valiantly. Check. I have to ride on a white horse. I've got one of those. I have to say, huzzah, and put my hands on my hips a lot. I can do that. And I have to have companions. Companions with skills. Preferably remarkable skills. Well, I need to do that. And where should I start my quest? What's the best place? In a forest. So, Prince Ivan, valiant Prince Ivan, he got on his horse and he rode out of his father's castle, it wasn't yet his castle, along the cobbled streets. Through the town, everyone waved at him. Hurrah! It's valiant Prince Ivan. Isn't he handsome? Look at those teeth. Ting! And into the deep, dark woods. Well, if you've learnt one thing by now from these stories, you'll realise that the deep, dark woods are endlessly big. They're massive. They're super massive. They're full of trees, for one. Yeah. Anyway, he rode through the trees. In fact, he didn't make that noise because it was a soft floor. It was more of a... like that. And eventually, as with all good stories with a forest in, he reached a clearing. And in the middle of that clearing, wow! Was the tallest person he'd ever seen. The tallest woman he'd ever seen. She was incredibly tall. She was as tall as a tree. But that wasn't just the weirdest thing about her. The weird thing was, although her body was quite tall, her neck was extraordinarily long. Yeah, her neck was as long as the rest of her body. She looked like half woman, half giraffe. Incredible. "Hello down there," said the very tall woman. "How are you today?" "Oh, I'm very well," said valiant Prince Ivan, looking up from his valiant white horse, looking all prince-like. "How are you?" that was Valiant Prince Ivan, valiantly. I know it sounded like her, but it really was him. "I'm very well, thank you," said the very tall lady. "My name is the Tall One, but you can call me Lana Longneck." "Oh, pleased to meet you, Lana Longneck. My name is Prince Ivan. And what brings you to my neck of the woods?" I do like that joke. "I'm on a quest," said Prince Ivan. "I'm on a quest to find the Iron Sorcerer's Iron Fortress." "Oh, yippee! A quest! My goodness me, I love a quest. Well, I am very pleased to make your acquaintance." And then an even weirder thing happened. She put her hand down like this, and her arms stretched and stretched and stretched and stretched until her hand met Prince Ivan's, and she shook his hand. "Really lovely to meet you. A real prince on a real white horse going on a real quest. Well, that is absolutely fantastic. Perhaps I can be of help to you." "Well, I'm sure you can. Apart from being incredibly tall, do you have any remarkable skills?" "Well, yes, you've just seen me do the hand thing. That was one remarkable skill." "Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot to say that. But can you do anything else?" "Well, yes, I can do this." And she took a deep breath and she closed her eyes and she made a bit of a weird face and she went, and her neck stretched and stretched and stretched right above the tops of the trees. "Wow, that really is incredible. That really is remarkable. That's fantastic. Yes, you can certainly come with me. And would you like the help of my two companions?" She had to talk even louder now because her neck was even further up in the clouds. "My two companions, we have the Broad One." And into the clearing stepped the roundest, no, the fattest, no, not the fattest, the largest, well, not the largest, no, the cuddliest, the cuddliest man Prince Ivan had ever seen.
"Oh, pleased to meet you. Nice to see you. My name is Percy Puffer. Percy Puffer. Yeah. Can I join you on your quest?" "Percy Puffer's the name. Percy Puffer's the game."
"Well, certainly, it'd be great to have the company," said Prince Ivan. "But do you have any remarkable skills?"
"Oh, yes, certainly I do. Certainly I've got some remarkable skills. Hold on a minute. Look at this. Here we go."
And he closed his eyes, took a deep breath, made a weird face, and he just filled up with air. He got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until he filled up the entire clearing in the forest. And he actually knocked Prince Ivan off his horse.
"Oh, sorry about that, mate. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's all right. No harm done.
That's an incredible skill."
And watch out, I can also do this."
And he let all the air out of his body, and the trees just wobbled round like this, and they blew apart. They didn't fall out the ground. No, he wasn't a tree destroyer. No. He loved trees. They just blew apart like this, and they blew back together again. "Oh, that's remarkable.
And I can also do this as well."
And he, instead of puffing out his cheeks, he sucked his face in, and he became as thin as a pancake. "Wow, that really is incredible. That really is remarkable. Yes, certainly. You come with me, please." "And did you say you had a third companion?" to Lana Longneck. "Oh, yes. He's just down here. He's just a little bit shy." And into the clearing stepped a very normal-looking man. He was quite thin, quite pale. But the weird thing about him was he had a bandage around his eyes, yeah? Or a scarf. A bit like, do people still play that game called Blind Man's Buff? Or Pin the Tail on the Donkey? Or Squeak, Piggy Squeak, you know, when you tie something around and you can't see? Well, the thing about this man is he seemed to know exactly where he was going. He just walked up, with his blindfold on, he walked up to Prince Ivan, who was back on his horse by now, and he said, in a rather depressed sounding voice. "Hello, Prince Ivan. It's nice to see you, I suppose. Everything's quite nice to see, I suppose. But there's just too much to see in the world. But I can see, Prince Ivan, that you're on a quest to find true love." At which point Percy Puffer put his hands on his heart. Lana Longneck put her hands on her heart, and the one with the eye patch, the eye band, what do you call it? The thing over his eyes, put his hands on his eyes, in his heart. "Oh dear, I'm slipping here." And they all sighed. "Oh, how do you know I'm trying to find true love?" said Prince Ivan. "Because I can see into your pocket. Through this scarf I can see into your pocket. And wrapped up in a slightly shabby and dirty hanky," at which Prince Ivan went bright red, "I can see a bright gold ring that you intend to give to someone. I can see it's not your size, it won't fit on your finger. It's for someone else, probably a princess. And it's right next to that packet of jelly babies. I can see you don't like the green ones. I like the green ones. They're about the only thing in this world that makes me truly happy. My name, by the way, I should have said it earlier. My name is the Sharp-Eyed One, also known as Frederick Farsight. May I join you on your quest?" "Yes, certainly," said Prince Ivan. "But apart from paying you in green jelly babies, how can I pay you? I've got lots of money back at my castle, but how much do you want to come on my quest?" "Oh no," said Lana Longneck. "Our services are free. We love quests. We just do it for the banter. Yes, we love going on quests." "Oh yeah, we love a quest. We absolutely love a quest," said Percy Puffer. "Yes, quests and green jelly babies, they make us happy, I suppose," sighed Frederick Farsight. Well, on they went. Through the forest. Lana Longneck, she didn't really need to ride on the horse because she could make her legs stretch. And Percy Puffer, for someone so large, he was actually quite nimble on his feet. But Prince Ivan and Frederick Farsight, they shared riding the valiant white horse. And what amazing companions they turned out to be. Lana Longneck every now and then would stretch her neck through the trees and see which way the path went. Yeah. And occasionally she would stretch so high that Frederick Farsight would climb up her body, up her neck, and sit on her head, and he could see for miles and miles and miles. He could see into different countries. He was incredible. And when the trees were too tight together, Percy Puffer would take a deep breath and he would blow the trees apart, still attached to the roots, and as he blew, he would push the others through with his breath like that. And then the trees would join back together again. Or, if there was a very small crack in a rock, he could turn himself pancake thin, and he would go into that rock, and then he would puff himself up, and he would shatter the rock so they could all get through. And if there was a lake or a river in the way, he would just drink it in 3 gulps. He would fill his body up, and the others would just cross the water and get to the other side, and then he would cross as well, and he would splash it all out. And by the way, I better point out, Percy Puffer, when he drank a river or a lake, I know you're thinking surely he would become as big as the river or the lake, but no, his body was a bit like a TARDIS, yeah? Small on the outside, massive on the inside. Okay. And you're probably also thinking, come on, if there was a river, why didn't Lana Longneck just stretch out her stretchy arms and make herself into a bridge? Well, that is possible, but have you ever been walked on the back of by a white horse? No, you haven't. So that's why she didn't do that. Anyway, these 3 companions and the Prince Ivan and his white horse, they went through all kind of terrain. They went through deserts, through forests, and over lots and lots of cobblestones. And eventually they reached the Iron Fortress, the fortress of none other than Bashalik, the Iron Sorcerer. Dun, dun, dun! How does my dad do that in my head, thought Prince Ivan. Well, this fortress was all made of iron, and it was covered in rust. Great lumps of rust hanging down the walls, a browny orangey sight. What a strange sight it was. A great big iron portcullis was at the front. Do you know what a portcullis is? A portcullis is like a big kind of a gate with sharp bits at the bottom. It looks like a big potato waffle made of iron. Yeah, except this one was iron and rusty. Well, Percy Puffer squeezed underneath the portcullis and puffed himself up with air until the portcullis, which was a little bit rusty on the hinges, lifted up, and all four companions, the prince, the horse, and the three of them, I should have said 5 companions, shouldn't they walked through, and in the courtyard was the weirdest thing they'd ever seen. Even the great big remarkable people, they'd never seen anything like it. It was full of rusty iron statues. But when Prince Ivan went up close to these statues, he could see that they weren't statues at all. They were much too lifelike. They were real people, frozen in time, frozen in iron, frozen in rust. There were servants holding iron trays with pies made of iron on them. Servants in mid-run. There were archers in mid-shot. There were horses in mid-gallop. And there were knights in mid-sword fight, all frozen in time, in iron and in rust. Well, Prince Ivan, the white horse, and the 3 companions, they walked through these iron statues. They meandered through, good word, they went like this, they slalomed through the iron statues, and they reached another iron building on the far side of the courtyard. And this iron building, again, it had an iron door with rusty iron hinges. And inside, on an iron throne, was none other than Bashalik, the Iron Sorcerer. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Dad, stop doing that. Now, Bashalik was a strange-looking man. I know we've got a person with a very long neck, a person with an incredibly round body, and a person who walks around with a thing over their eyes. Why can't I even think of the word? Let's say it's a bandana. Let's stick with the word bandana, yeah. But Bashalik, he was short, round and fat. Not cute and cuddly like Percy Puffer, no. There was something mean and evil about his look. And around his body were 3 thick bands of iron, and his flesh was oozing out around those bands of iron. Ugh, disgusting, you're all thinking. He looked a bit like something called the Michelin Man. Some of you might remember the Michelin Man. If not, Google it. Yeah, doing, doing, doing. 3 bands of iron. And next to the Iron Sorcerer, Bashalik, sat none other, again, than Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina. And she looked really, really fed up and sulky and moody and annoyed, the way she kept looking at Bashalik. I hate you. You've ruined everything. hate you. Like that.
Why have you come to my iron fortress?
Said Bashalik in an unfeasibly loud voice for such a short fellow. I forgot to mention he was short.
Why have you come, Prince Ivan?
Well, that's a bit weird. How does he know my name? Thought Prince Ivan. I suppose he is a sorcerer, after all. I guess he can do magic. I'm on a quest, said Prince Ivan valiantly. He put his hands on his hips to help. I'm on a quest. I'm on a quest to find Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina, and I can see I have found her, and I have come to ask for her hand in marriage, if she'll have me. Oh, yes, thought Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina. Oh, yes, with a smile appearing on her face. Not a big smile, not a massive smile, just a little smile, a wry smile, a smile a bit like the smile of the Mona Lisa. Now, I know at this point you're going to think, oh, come on, all his stories got rather shallow princesses in. Well, I'm sorry about that, but it does make the story go just that little bit faster if we don't give her a whole backstory. I hope you don't mind. We all love princesses. All right, I'm sorry about that. Oh, yes, please, she thought, as she saw handsome and valiant Prince Ivan with his shiny teeth. He looks a bit of a catch.
Well, said the Iron Sorcerer, her hand in marriage is betrothed to me.
And straightway, Princess Lemon Pip looked sulky again. I never said yes. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
I intend to marry her in 4 days' time. So you're a bit late. Hard luck. Hard cheese. Ha ha ha. No, nee no,
said Bashalik. And Prince Ivan thought, he's so childish, isn't he? He's not a valiant prince like me. How dare he marry Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina?
But I'll tell you what,
said Bashalik.
I do like a bit of a game and a bit of a challenge, so I'll make a deal with you. I will marry her in 4 days, but I have a lot of preparations to do during those 4 days. My goodness me, what do I have to do? I have to arrange the flowers, I've got to sort out the seating arrangement of everyone, and I've got to sort out the photographer. Oh, and I've got to pick up the cake from the baker's. My goodness me, in 4 days, how will I ever manage it? But I will give you those 4 days to keep an eye on Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina. 4 days and 3 nights. If you keep her within your sights, you may marry her. But if at any point during those 4 nights and 3 days she vanishes, she won't be yours to marry. She'll be mine, and I will turn you and your 3 companions and your white horse into iron, because I love iron. Ha ha!
He's a bit over-dramatic, isn't he? But yes, I accept your challenge, said Prince Ivan, and then immediately felt rather guilty. Or maybe I shouldn't have said that, because I shouldn't really be speaking for Lana Longneck and Percy Puffer and Frederick Farsight, but they just looked at him and winked like that. Except Frederick Farsight, he winked under his bandana. But Prince Ivan got the gist anyway. Okay, I accept your challenge.
Okay, I'm off to pick up the cake, said Bashalik.
Well, during the rest of that day, it was quite easy to keep an eye on Princess Lemon Pip. Yeah. They played rounders together, they had a game of cards, they even played charades, so it was fine. She was with them the whole time. And when it came to night time, they all went into the same room. They all went into the same room and they asked for a meal to be delivered to the room. Yeah. Bashalik came in with an iron tray with some food on. The food was real food, not iron. And he put the tray down with a clang and said,
I will see you first thing in the morning, just after the cock crows.
And he walked out of the room. He's so dramatic, isn't he? Thought Prince Ivan. Well, they ate the meal in the room, and the prince sat on the chair next to the bed. Sorry, I didn't say where the bed was. There was a bed in that room, and there was a chair next to it. Well, the princess got into the bed. Prince Ivan sat on the chair. I should have said, by the way, they all got into their PJs first. Yeah, they all got into their PJs. And by the way, trying to find a size of PJs for Lana Longneck and Percy Puffer is very, very hard work. It was easy to get PJs for Frederick Farsight. So there they were in their PJs. Prince Ivan sat in the chair, Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina lying in the bed. And Prince Ivan started to read, or not read, but tell a story to the princess. Once upon a time, straight away, she fell asleep. Lana Longneck stretched out and wrapped herself 3 times around the bed where Princess Lemon Pip slept. 3 times. Frederick Farsight stood by the window. It was only a tiny window with a tiny gap about the size of this, yeah, like that. Frederick Farsight stood by that window and gazed out, but also set up lots of mirrors all around the room so he could view the room in one glance. 360-degree vision he had. And Percy Puffer, he took a deep breath, and he filled up the entire room. And I know you're thinking, oh, surely that was a bit unsavoury, wasn't it? But don't worry, they were all friends, and he was wearing deodorant. So there was no chance at all, of Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina disappearing. But, oh dear me, what had Bashalik done, that sneaky character? He had put a sleeping potion in the wine that they had all drunk. So quite quickly, Prince Ivan, Percy Puffer, Frederick Farsight and Lana Longneck were fast asleep in that room. Well, at sunrise, as the cock crowed, the 3 companions and Prince Ivan, they woke up. Where's Princess Lemon Pip? She wasn't in the bed. They looked under the bed. Where is she? Bashalik's going to be here any moment. Frederick Farsight, can you see where she is? Well, Frederick Farsight, he went to the window and he looked out. Yes, I can see her. In a slightly more excited voice than he normally has. I can see her. She's just out there. She's been turned into an acorn. She's on that oak tree just down there. Do you think you can reach her, Lana Longneck? Well, Lana Longneck stretched her arm out through the window, and under Frederick Farsight's guidance, left a bit, right a bit, left a bit, right a bit, there, that acorn there, plucked the acorn off the tree, took it back into the room, put the acorn on the bed, and just in time, the acorn turned into Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina. The door of the room opened, and in came Bashalik. Da da da! He looked so smug because he couldn't see Princess Lemon Pip standing on the bed because Percy Puffer was right in her way, filling up the room like this. Well, not filling up the room anymore, but just in front of the princess. So I see you have failed your task. You haven't been able to keep your eyes on Princess Lemon Pip. Ha ha ha! That means she is mine, and you have failed, and I will now turn you all into iron statues. You curs, you dogs, you scurvy. Surprise! Said Princess Lemon Pip, jumping off the bed from behind Percy Puffer. Surprise! You failed! I'm here! Oh, Bashalik was furious. He went bright red and one of the iron bands on his body just burst. It snapped
and it came clanging down onto the floor. "How dare you!" And he ran off like a petulant prime minister down the corridor, fuming and shaking his fists like this. He knew he'd have to really try his hardest to lure Princess Lemon-Pip away from the prince and his 3 companions. So, throughout the day, he tried different disguises. At first, he dressed up as, yes, you've guessed it, as a little old lady. "Oh, hello, it's me. I'm a little old lady. I've just baked some lovely cupcakes. Yes, they're butternut squash and chocolate cupcakes. Would you like to come with me, Princess Lemon-Pip of Clementina? You can have some lovely cupcakes." "No, because you are Bashalik, the Iron Sorcerer. I won't go with you." He was angry, but not angry enough to burst another iron band. Later on in the day, he dressed up as a little leprechaun. "Oh, hello, it's me, I'm a little leprechaun. I'm the one with a voice that goes up and down, and an accent that goes round and round and round. I've just been doing some macrame. Do you want to come and do some macrame with me? Some macrame?" "No, because you're Bashalik, the Iron Sorcerer, and I will not go with you." He was really angry, but not angry enough to make another iron band burst. Later on in the day, he even dressed up as a king. "Well, I am your king. And as your king, I order you to come away with me, Princess Lemon-Pip of Clementina." "No, I won't go with you, because I know that you are Bashalik, the Iron Sorcerer." He got really angry, but not enough to burst an iron band. Anyway, at night time, they went back into that room, just like before. Princess Lemon-Pip of Clementina got in the bed. Prince Ivan started to read her a story. Once upon a time, but first of all, Bashalik came in with another tray of food, an iron tray with different food on this time, handed it down saying, "I'll be back in the morning. Ha ha ha, just after the cock crows. You'll never make it. Ha 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 ha." He went out. Princess Lemon-Pip got into bed at this point, and Prince Ivan, in his PJs, started reading her a story or telling her a story. He didn't have a book with her. Once upon a time, like that. Lana Longneck stretched out, wrapped herself 3 times around the bed. Frederick Farsight waited by the window, gazing outside, set up mirrors all around so he could have a 360 view of the room. And Percy Puffer took a deep breath and filled up the room with his body. It was getting slightly unsavoury by now because the deodorant was starting to wear off. But they were all friends after all, and they were on a quest. So these things have to be put up with. Anyway, you know what happens, don't you? Bashalik, he had put some sleeping potion in their soup. Yeah. And they'd all eaten the soup. So everyone was fast asleep. Prince Ivan, Lana Longneck, Frederick Farsight, and Percy Puffer, all snoring away. And luckily, the following morning, the cock crowed very loudly, just enough to wake all 4 of them up. And, oh no, where's Princess Lemon-Pip of Clementina? She's not in the bed, where is she? They looked under the bed, they looked behind the curtains, where is she? Frederick Farsight, look out the window, can you see her? Frederick Farsight looked out the window, and there he could see, far away, yes, she's been turned into a dewdrop, a little drop of dew. She's on a blade of grass far away in that field yonder over there. Lana, do you think you can reach out and grab her? So Lana Longneck put her long hand through the window, and it stretched and stretched and stretched, guided by Frederick Farsight. Left a bit, right a bit, left a bit, not that blade of grass, not that blade of grass, not that blade of grass. But eventually she plucked a little dewdrop on her finger, carried the dewdrop back inside the room, placed the dewdrop on the bed, and the dewdrop turned back into Princess Lemon-Pip of Clementina.
just in time. The door opened. In came Bashalik, looking all smug. Ha 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 ha! I can see you have failed your quest. He couldn't see that Princess Lemon Pip again was hiding behind Percy Puffer, who had made himself big enough to hide her. You have failed. I will marry Princess Lemon Pip. Ha ha ha! And you'll be turned into statues of iron. No, they won't. Surprise! It's me, Princess Lemon Pip. Ha 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 ha! Your biggest nightmare. Hello. Oh, don't do that, thought Prince Ivan. It makes you just a little bit childish. I don't care. Well, Bashalik was furious. He was furious. He went bright red. Steam came out of his ears, and sorry, I should do that there. Another iron band burst on his body and came clanging to the floor. He was furious. He was furious. He went running out of the room like a petulant president. Like that. Oh, wow, thought Prince Ivan. We're going to marry. I know we're going to marry. Fingers crossed, said Princess Lemon Pip. Fingers crossed. Well, all day long, they kept their eyes on her, and this was quite easy for them to do. But Bashalik, he tried his hardest to lure her away from him. Lure her away. He tried, what did he do? I've forgotten. He made himself a bear costume. Yeah, he dressed up as a bear and he said, come with me, Princess Lemon Pip. I know where there's some really, really fine honey. But when he turned around, Princess Lemon Pip saw a great big zip down his back. Ha ha ha! Got you. You're not a bear. You're Bashalik, the Iron Sorcerer. Oh, said the bear. Well, Bashalik inside the bear costume, but not angry enough to burst another iron band. He tried, later on in the day, he tried dressing up as a 17th century milkmaid. Oh, would you like some cheese? I've got some lovely cheese. I've got Edam, I've got Parmesan, I've got Stilton. No, you're not a 17th century milkmaid, said Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina. You're Bashalik, the Iron Sorcerer. I will not go with you. Oh, said Bashalik, but not angry enough to burst another iron band. Later on in the day, he came back as an Ofsted inspector. I've come to inspect your homework, Princess Lemon Pip. Come with me. No, you're not an Ofsted inspector. You're Bashalik, the Iron Sorcerer, and I will not go with you. Oh, he was furious, but not angry enough to burst another iron band. But when it came to night time, all the companions, Lana Longneck, Percy Puffer, Frederick Farsight, Prince Ivan, and the princess, they all went into the room. I haven't mentioned the horse, by the way. He's in the stable somewhere. Don't you worry about the horse. He's fine. They went into the room. They asked for their food to be brought to their room. Bashalik came in with an iron tray with a whole load of different food on, placed it down, and said, one more night, and then she'll be mine, and if she's out of your sight, yes, she's mine forever and ever and ever. Huh, you wish, said Princess Lemon Pip. Anyway, she got into bed, they were in their pyjamas, and Prince Ivan started to read her a story from the chair. Once upon a time, she falls asleep. Lana Longneck stretches around the bed 3 times, and Frederick Farsight waits by the window and sets up a set of mirrors so he can have a 360-degree view of the entire room. And Percy Puffer fills himself up with air and fills up the room. I should have said, by the way, that both Lana Longneck and Percy Puffer's pyjamas were made of lycra, so they stretched. Anyway, Princess Lemon Pip was asleep in the bed. And guess what happened? Yes, you know. Bashalik had put a sleeping potion in their Knickerbocker glories. Yeah, that's like a big, extravagant milkshake. And you would think, surely, come on, these people are like superheroes. He's a valiant prince. Surely, by now, they would have learnt their lesson. But no, sometimes the stomach in the top trumps of things, stomach can often beat brain. Anyway, very soon, they were all asleep, snoozing away. And morning came, and Prince Ivan looked in the bed, and she was nowhere to be found. Oh, Frederick Farsight, Where is she? Where's Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina? She's gone, she's gone, she's gone. They looked under the bed, they looked in the wardrobe, they looked behind the curtains. Frederick Farsight looked out of the window. I can see her, but she's so far away, and she's been turned into a golden ring. And she's at the bottom of a lake. She's at the bottom of a lake, and she's in a shipwrecked ship at the bottom of the lake. Oh, Lana, I don't know if you're able to reach. Do you think you'll be able to reach? Lana Longneck stretched her arm out of the window, and she could just about reach the water. But there was a shark in there, a very hungry shark, which started nibbling at her fingers. Oh, I don't think I can reach. So, Percy Puffer, he sucked in his breath like this, and he squeezed himself through the window. Yeah, he squeezed himself through the window, and he sort of dribbled in a rather strange way down the side of the tower of the castle, of the fortress, the Iron Fortress. He dribbled down, and then he puffed himself up with air into a round ball, and he rolled all the way to the lake. Yeah, and all the time, Lana Longneck, with her arm stretched out, was pushing him further and further and further, like that. Quite quickly, he managed to roll to the lake. When he got to the side of the lake, in 3 gulps, he gulped down the entire lake, just like that. And like I said, his body was a TARDIS, so he didn't have to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. He was full of the lake, like this, like that. The shark, by the way, was sulking in a little rock pool with just enough water. Hurry up, will ya? Hurry up. Do sharks talk like that? Hurry up, said the shark. Hurry up, come on. Oh, I better hurry up. It's getting quite late, isn't it? I need a cup of tea. So, Percy Puffer, he waddled down the basin where the lake had been, waddled down to the shipwrecked ship, found the gold ring, picked it up, took it up to the top of where the lake had been, handed it to Lana Longneck, who stretched out, took the ring, and he squeezed all the water back into the basin where the lake had been. Oh, thanks, said the shark. And he started making his way back to the castle. Well, Lana Longneck, just in time, took the ring, put it on the bed, and the ring turned into Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina. Just in time, the door opened. Ha 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 ha! I can see you've failed your quest. Well, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, come on. Percy Puffer, he's down at the bottom of the castle. How can she be hiding? Well, she quickly jumped off the bed and hid under the bed, just for, a bit of theatricality. Ha ha ha! You have failed your quest. No, I haven't, said Princess Lemon Pip. In your dreams. Ha ha! Surprise! Your worst nightmare. It's me, Princess Lemon Pip. No, said Bashalik, and a third iron band on his body exploded and came clanging to the floor, and Bashalik just disappeared in a very large pile of iron filings. And at this point, the curse was broken. Everyone in the courtyard came back to life. Servants holding their trays of steaming pies. Where am I? Archers. Oh, look at that. Horses, mid-gallop. And knights, mid-sword fight, just dropped their swords. What's going on? Well, the curse was broken. It turns out that this castle was the kingdom of Clementina after all. The iron walls of the castle disappeared and they became wood and stone again. And Prince Ivan quickly wrote a note out, sent it by carrier pigeon to his father, saying, come along to what used to be the Iron Fortress. I'll give you directions. It's now Clementina. I'll send you the postcode. Sat-navs, they haven't been invented, but I'm sure you can invent one quickly. Come here quickly. We're going to get married. And there was very quickly, very, very soon, I should say, there was a marriage between Prince Ivan and Princess Lemon Pip of Clementina. And the 3 companions, Lana Longneck, Percy Puffer, and Frederick Farsight, well, they became the strangest looking bridesmaids you can possibly imagine. And if you don't believe me, one of these days I'll show you the wedding photos. Well, thank you, my friends. I know that was a rather long story today. I hope your tea didn't get cold, the one you made, or you'll have to reboil the kettle. But please stay safe, please stay healthy, please look after each other. TTFN. Bye.